Hey guys, I got another vape shop review for you today. This one coming from Liberty Vapor in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. I was lucky enough to check out this shop the other day on another little tour that my wife, myself, and a friend of mine had gone on. This shop was spoken about pretty highly on Yelp and the internet and things like that, so we went to check it out. Right off the bat, when we first walked into the store, a lot of shops, when you first walk in, people, oh, hey, welcome guys, how are you? And the three people at the bar kind of looked up and then, kind of went back to whatever they were doing. And then finally, when we walked in a little bit further, closer to the bar, they were like, oh, hey guys, how are you? What's going on? And we were, all right, hey, how are you? So a salesperson noticed that we all had each had an RDA, and he offered, hey guys, you want to taste some flavors? We'll bring you the bottle so you can drip it. And we were like, sure, that'd be wonderful. And then he goes, I got some cotton. You want to, you borrow my tools and, change up, put fresh cotton in. So it was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to do that. So I was taking care of that, getting that done. And, my friend and my wife were, using the tasters they had there in the tanks. We got them all set up. And the salesperson who we were working with in the middle, there were like three stations. They had one tasting bar station on one side and then the other tasting bar station with all the flavors over there, and we were right in the center, and the salesperson there just brought out the bottles, and handed us the bottle, let us drip on, what we wanted to taste, and the three of us went back and forth with a whole mess of flavors that we had tried. The salesperson that was helping us, when we first walked in, he was, he was friendly, he was nice. We were asking him a couple of different questions, and he didn't seem like he knew all of the answers that I was asking, and that was fine. And then eventually he just kind of sat there on his phone. Every once in a while he would pop his head up and, add to our conversation that my wife and I were having, and then he'd go right back to being on his phone, not talking on his phone, just, face down and not really paying attention to us. And that, I was kind of upset with that customer service. That is until I got a chance to see Will, one of the salespeople there, do his thing. He had two separate customers come in, right at one after the other. We were only in there maybe an hour, and so a lady came in with her mom, and hey, my mom wants to quit, and there he was. I got to listen to a sales pitch for this lady, and how she reacted, the questions she asked, and he had all the right answers. I can't even begin to nitpick about his sales pitch, because it was really, really good, and it was very convincing, and he was very humble about his journey in quitting smoking, if I could call it that. And he sold the lady a starter kit, and she was on her way, and almost right behind her came another woman with I think it was her son this time, or another relative. Hey, my relative wants to quit smoking, and he did it again, and it was a different sales pitch. He had a lot of diversity in the things that he was saying, because he was just such a plethora of information. He got down. The lady was sitting at the bar, and he was standing up on the other side, and he kind of put his arms on the counter, got face to face with this lady on her level, and asked her a bunch of qualifying questions as to how much she smokes, the type of cigarettes, what type of flavor she might be into, so on and so forth. And then let me make a recommendation, try this. And one of the questions he asked that I had never heard anyone say before was, all right, how was that flavor? And customer said, oh, it was good. And he goes, now, what if you could do something different to that flavor, what would you do? Just open-ended questions. Maybe the customer had she ended up like, I don't really know, just, show me something else. But had she said, oh, I really like the tobacco flavor, but I wish it had more, mint, I assume that he would have had something to show her, in a different flavor. So that was great to see his sales pitch. I was really impressed with just the way he was able to talk to several different people. And then when that customer had left, I got a chance to speak to him back and forth. And my salesperson went and helped a customer, I guess, that had come back, and he was waiting on this guy to come in. And so he was helping him, and I got a chance to speak with him, and he kind of finished up the sale. He, oh, here's a couple more flavors. This one's new, and this is my favorite, and that's my favorite type of salesman. Listen, these are the most popular ones that most people like. Give them a try. What kind of flavors are you into? Maybe I can recommend something. And it was great, because I think the Tricks flavor, which I ended up buying, was one of the ones that weren't on the menu, and my wife and I had purchased that along with 2 other flavors, and my friend also, I believe, he bought 3 different flavors. So all great things. Another thing that I thought was great was I had watched Will sell starter kits to 2 people, and I can't say I'm against starter kits, but if it's the right one, then I'm all for it. But there are a lot of that aren't very good. So hey man, can I see that real quick? And he pulled out a box, opened it up. It was an Inokin box with the Liberty Vapor sticker on the inside, and it was $50. Got you 2 650 Ego batteries, a charger, a wall plug, 2 iClear 16B bottom dual coil tanks, and a bottle of their e-liquid. It wasn't just some cheap crap that they threw in. It was actually, a 15 milliliter glass bottle of, whatever juice that you chose. So that was really neat. It wasn't just like an extra. They really put a lot of care and a lot of thought into, can we successfully get a good starter kit that customers are going to be satisfied with, because that, I have the i16B tank. It came with my wife's MVP, and I liked it a whole lot. I used it quite frequently. The coils burn out rather quick for my taste, but that's another thing for another day. So after we had left this shop, side note, I was using the flavor Tricks. I was dripping it, and we were riding in the car, and I kind of ran into a problem with the child-safe cap. I'm not sure if it were user error, because, don't get me wrong, it definitely could be user error, but I've never had a problem with a bottle leaking on me, ever before, and I've had dozens of glass bottles. And so I had screwed it on to when I thought it was done, and apparently it wasn't. It kind of screwed on crooked, didn't realize it, put it down, and I lost 90% of the bottle. And then the very next day, I thought I finally fixed the fact that the top wasn't screwing on properly, and it spilled again, and now the bottle's empty. So, you're asking why I'm telling you this story. So what I did after it had spilled in the car, I was quite upset. I called up the store, and I was like, hey guys, blah, 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 and they said, you can stop down tomorrow, you can stop down, we're closed today, but or the next day, and I was like, guys, I'm 2.5 hours away, and even though it could have been my fault, and I could have just been some dumb bloke who spilled his e-juice, they sent me a new bottle. I got it in the mail today. I got a business card direct from the general manager, Ronald Roseman. So I definitely want to give my thanks to the guys at Liberty Vapor for a nice experience. Would I go back to the shop? If I had a friend that was really looking to quit smoking, I would take him to that shop and let that salesperson do what he does best, is help people quit smoking, because it sounds like they opened up a second location where they now make their e-juice, because they needed a bigger space. They used to make it in the one location I was at, but now they ran out of space, so they're doing well for themselves, and it really shows. So yes, I'd go back to that shop. I'd bring a friend who was looking for a really good $50 setup, because most people, they think, oh, it's $50, but they don't expect you got to buy this, that, and the third. And with this particular kit, you're getting everything you're going to need for a couple of months at least, besides the coils, which depending on the person how much you vape, you may need more. So Liberty Vapor in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. If you get a chance to check out this shop, please do. If you're on the fence about quitting, me personally, I'm smoke free over 2 months completely now, and you could be too. So Liberty Vapor, please check them out.